The symposium, the webinar that we did today, featured some of the best U.S. nuclear weapons experts, I believe, by far. And what we came away with, Steve, was this. The Chinese Communist Party, as in so many different areas, but particularly in their military modernization program, are on the march. They are now moving very clearly in the direction of a nuclear warfighting doctrine, strategy, and capability. They have more intercontinental range ballistic missile warheads now than we do. And that's before another 350 silos are filled with missiles that have 10 warheads on them.
Is that true?
Well,
is that true? Is that going to be released classified?
We don't think they have more missiles. We don't think they have more launchers, but they certainly could have more warheads. But the point is, we keep telling ourselves, the administration just released on the 29th of November a report saying, hey, they've only got about 400 warheads now. And by 2035, they may have 1,500. Now, why all this matters is, Steve, our experts said that's rubbish, not least because I know you know Phil Carber. Phil Carber led a team at Georgetown University back in 2011 that found that there were 3,000 miles of hardened underground tunnels in which the Chinese had been putting ballistic missiles, among God knows what all else. They almost certainly have more missiles than we know, and certainly more warheads, and they're building more still in these 350 silos that will have 10 warheads apiece. They have leadership defenses. We talked about the fact that they've got underground bunkers all over Beijing and elsewhere. They moved 30,000 people in the way of civil defense from the heart of a city in China a while back to the countryside through underground tunnels. In other words, they're taking this whole business of nuclear war fighting deadly seriously, and we haven't a clue. Last point, Steve, the Chinese are no longer now threatening us alone. We have to contend with the fact that they're partnered up with the Russians. Both countries have just modernized immensely their nuclear capabilities, and they're simulating nuclear attacks, joint nuclear attacks against the United States. Now, if there's any good news out of this at all, and there's not much, it is that I don't believe that the Chinese, at least, want to use all of these nuclear weapons against the United States. That's the good news. The bad news is that's because they don't want to destroy it. They want to colonize it. So they're likely to use instead what they have already used against us, which is biological weapons, because as you know, it'll kill all the people, but it'll save all the buildings, what they used to say about the neutron bomb. So this is one of the things that we need to be focused on.